Hello everybody, Greg from I'm in the Garden. Just gonna do a run around the yard real quick, take a look at all the gardens, make sure everything's doing good. I got my asparagus here. Everything is starting to shoot up really nicely. In fact, I've got one that's about 3 foot tall now, several others that aren't far behind it. The blueberries and strawberries, couple little flowers. It looks like at least 1-2 berries starting up. The rhubarb's doing a little rough from the transplant, but for the most part looks like it's doing okay. Blackberry or black raspberries starting to actually put out some leaves. Lots and lots of flower buds coming up, and some raspberry. Now, in between all our rainstorm, I've been starting to run irrigation lines to my beds. I haven't got everything hooked up yet, but it's a work in progress. We've been having a lot of rain, so I haven't really needed it. Kohlrabi is starting to look, well, this one's particularly, looks like he's starting to get a little drowned out. But otherwise, I've been also working on finishing off the fencing. This coming weekend, I'm gonna build a gate for this. My borage. These things have just been loving this rainy, warm weather we're having. Doing absolutely fantastic. Got some dragonflies hanging out in the garden, which I don't know if you can see them on the video, but there's a couple of them sitting right over there. Everything's looking pretty good considering all the rain we've been having. We've had a couple of days of just nice sunshine with some warmth. My spinach bolted, which kind of sucks, but if you look here, I've got some peppers growing. I've even got on this one right here, it's hard to see from here, but I've got a bell pepper started. And look at the size of my zucchinis. These things are getting huge. And I'm starting to try to train those to go up the fencing so that instead of spreading out around the ground, they're lifted up and away from all the soil. I got my tomato plants in and strung up. I've got 4 Roma tomatoes. I've got right here a Sweet 100. I think that one's a beefsteak, Cherokee, or chocolate sprinkles. You know, I don't remember right off the top of my head. A couple of more Brussels sprouts that I got from my mom. Cabbage. My cucumbers are starting to finally shoot up. Same with the dill. And then in my cooler shade garden, the lettuces are doing pretty well. I had more spinach in here, but I just pulled that out this morning. That bolted. Got more borage going. I got broccolis that are a little close together, but hopefully we'll get something out of them. And then wasabi radish. I've never grown these before, so I'm not sure exactly what to expect, but so far I like the looks of them. And they got some cute little flowers that I've seen some bumblebees hanging out on. And speaking of bumblebees, there's one on the borage. That's the whole reason I keep growing this, is because the bumblebees just seem to love that plant. I got my dragon fruit. You know, thankfully the soil drains really well, because they've been getting a lot of rain, and I'm not sure they're entirely happy about that, but they're getting lots of sunlight the last couple of days, so that's a good thing. And I've got a weed around it, but this is my grape. I put this in a couple months ago. It's finally starting to flower. It's a Somerset seedless. And right here I've got my Concord grape. Still not putting out any leaves, so I'm not very hopeful that that one's actually going to survive. But that's what I've got for today. Just kind of working on small projects and dealing with the rain that we've been getting, which has been just huge amounts here in Minnesota. It's the rivers are flooding and overflowing and breaking down dams. And other than that, I mean, everything's starting to finally grow pretty well now that it's not raining every day or every other day. So hopefully soon we'll start to see a lot more progress on the tomato plants. And until next time, I'm Greg, and I'm in the garden.